God bless you guys. Let's go over the you try. This is the review for your test. So hopefully you guys did these questions. We're going to review them now. So the rules are at the top here. Multiply denominator, cross multiply, and simplify by combining like terms. So this first one, we don't have to multiply the bottoms since the bottoms are already the same. So this one's easy. We just put it over the same denominator. So those just become 1. And then we can add or subtract the top. So that one's pretty easy. Okay, so for this one, we don't have restrictions because we don't have a plus or minus in it. Actually, I'll give you guys an extra credit just so that you guys are aware for your test. When it doesn't have a plus or minus on the bottom, your restriction would be x cannot equal 0. So if you guys remember that, you guys put it on your test, you get extra credit. Okay, so let's do our restrictions here. So our restrictions here would be the opposite. So -5. And the opposite here is the opposite of +3. And then we take the 2 and put it under it. So our restrictions, x cannot equal -5 and -3/2. Okay. Okay, next. The first step is to cross multiply. So we're gonna, multiply the denominators. So we're gonna multiply the denominators. So I had said that it's best to kind of like rewrite everything. So let's put the denominators together. So x plus 5, 2x plus 3, and then we cross multiply. So we're gonna bring this over, and then bring this over. So at the top we have 5, 2x plus 3 plus 4x, x plus 5. So I'm just rewriting everything as a multiplication problem. So for the bottom, let's rewrite this. So we have x times 2x. That's 2x power of 2 because they both have x's. So x times 2x is 2x squared, and then we do x times 3. That's 3x. Five times 2x is 10x. And then 5 times 3 is 15. All right, now for the top, same thing. We're just distributing 5 times 2, x, that's 10x, not x squared, because only one of them has x. And then 5 times 3 is 15, no x, because 5 and 3 don't have x's. Next, we have 4x times x, that is 4x squared because they both have x's. And then 4x times 5 is 20. The last step is to simplify everything by combining like terms. So let's rewrite this one more time. The bottom, only the middle parts add up because nothing else has 2, like an x squared. So this would be x squared 2x squared. 3 plus 10 is 13x. And then positive 15, since there's no other whole numbers without x's. For the top, we don't have another x squared, so we can just start with that, 4x squared. And then we have nothing else that has just x, so we can do plus 10x. And then 15 and 20, we would put them together because they don't have x's. 15 plus 20 is 35. So that is your answer, plus our restrictions cannot equal -5, -3/2. So that is our answer. Okay, next. All right, so first the bottom. So again, we're rewriting everything. I'll write the 4 first. I feel like it's easier. So 4x times 3x plus 8. And then we want to cross multiply. So bring the 4x over and cross multiply. So just a note, since there is a negative sign here, you can distribute the negative. So we can make the 3 negative and the 8 positive. That's how we distribute the negative sign. So again, we can take the negative sign and flip the signs in here by doing the opposite sign. Or just remember that we're multiplying a -5 when we distribute. So for the top, we're going to rewrite it. So we have 10x times 4x. And then we have -5 times 3x minus 8. I guess it's better to rewrite it like that with the negative sign close. Okay, so now for rewriting. So the bottom, we have 4 times 3. That's 12x squared because they both have x's. And then 4x times 8, that is positive 32x. At the top, we have 10x times 4x, that is 40x squared because they both have x's. And then we want to take the negative with the 5. -5 times 3, that's -15x. And then -5 times -8, that's positive 40. So real quick to do our restrictions here. Again, this would be x cannot equal 0. If you get that, you guys get extra credit. Here, x cannot equal -8/3. So it's the opposite of this, and then this under it. So lucky for you guys, this problem's actually finished. There's nothing else we can do from here. The bottoms cannot add because they have x squared and x, and the top has x squared, x, and then no x. So this is actually finished. And then we would just add in here our restrictions. X cannot equal 0 and -8/3. So that one's finished because nothing can be combined, which is step 3 of the whole process. So that's that. I don't know why this is bothering me so much. I don't want the box so close to the 3. There we go. Okay, next. So we want to multiply the bottom. So we have 3y times y plus 3. And then we want to cross multiply. Our restrictions, y cannot equal -3. Again, it's the opposite sign. And here, y cannot equal 0. Okay, so for the top, let's rewrite it. We have -2 times 3y plus 4y minus 1, y plus 3. Okay, so starting with the bottom, 3y times y is 3y squared, because they both have y's, and then 3y times 3 would be positive 9y. So the bottom is done, nothing else can be combined there. For the top, -2 times 3, that's -6y, plus, and then we've got 4y times y, that's 4y squared, because they both have y's. 4y times 3 would be positive 12y. Next we have -1 times y, that's -1y, and -1 times 3, that's -3. Okay, now final process here to clean it up. The bottom is going to stay the same, 3y squared, 9y. For the combining, we only have one number with 4y squared, so let's do that. And then we've got -6, 12y, and 1y. Again, we can add all of these because they all have just y. So we have -6 plus 12 minus 1. This would be positive 6. 6 minus 1 is 5, so positive 5y. And then last in the back we have -3, and we cannot add or subtract that with anything. So we would last put our restrictions. Y cannot equal -3 or 0. I'll give you guys a second to write that down. All right, last one. So our bottom will be 2 times 2x minus 5. Our restriction here, x cannot equal positive 5. And then we take the 2 and put it underneath. So that's our restriction. And then we want to cross multiply like that. All right, so rewriting this, we have 2 times 8x. I know the 2 is in parentheses here. I just switch it just because I feel like the bigger number, or like the one that has more pieces, should be on the inside. And then we have minus. So here we want to distribute the negative sign. So we'll make this one a negative and this one a negative. -3x minus 2 times 2x minus 5. I distribute it because there was 2 pieces versus just 1. Okay, so the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4x, and then 2 times -5 is -10. Let me expand that. It's going to be a little more. 4x minus 10. So 2 times 2 is 4x. 2 times -5 is -10. Next, the top. 2 times 8 is 16x. -3 times 2 is -6x. -3 times -5 is positive 15x because negative times negative is positive. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4x. And then last, negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10 because they're both negative. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep on writing to the side here. All right, so we're in the last step, which is just to simplify. So 4x minus 10. Now, cleaning this up. So we don't have any x squares here, like x to the power of 2. So we're going to do everything with x's first. Excuse me. Okay, wait, something's wrong here. Negative 3 times 2. Negative 3x times 2. Ah, that's the x squared right there, actually. That should be squared. Negative 3x times 2x is negative 6x squared. And then the positive 15, and then negative 2 and 2 is 4, and then, okay, yes. Sorry. So we do have one that has an x squared, so this would be negative 6x squared. And then we're going to do the ones that have just x. So we have 16 plus 15 minus 4. So we have 16 plus 15 minus 4. This is 31. 31 minus 4 is 27. 27. So we have positive 27x. And then positive 10 would go in the back because it doesn't have anything. And then we would do our restrictions. X cannot equal 5 over 2. And that's it. And that's it, guys. Hopefully this helped. I know it's a lot. But this is what your quiz is going to be on. So please study over the weekend. Your test should be Monday. And I have tutoring tomorrow, depending on how everything goes. All right, guys. So go ahead and study for the weekend, and then you guys will have your test. And then if not, I'll see whoever I see tomorrow on tutoring.